Absolutely horrific.
Well,
This
wait,
case
Kevin,
goes
but
past
hold on a
Trump.
second, Kevin.
Trump
What
will
would
be
be
gone one day. This
hold on a
attorney's
second.
general will be gone one day, and this
I
is
have
what
a
you want to
wonderful
tell
voice,
people
and
around
it
the
won't
world.
be talked
This
over.
Is
Yeah, it got heated. Welcome to communism. What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you guys all being here. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, and welcome to the channel. Thank you guys for taking your time out of your day to view these videos that I put out here. I do this to inform you and to keep people up to speed and to throw my 2 cents in there as well. Make sure you follow me on all these platforms you see listed up here, over there, down here, all right? I also have another YouTube channel called Man, Husband, Father, along with another incognito YouTube channel that's called Meme Stream Media Shorts, where I just post shorts, all right? Check me out on all of those, all right? Don't forget, if you like the content that I'm putting out there, to hit that like button so this video can be recommended constantly to you and so it can be circulated within the YouTube algorithm. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, you heard what I said at the beginning, and what's going on now is that the whack, black, and fat Letitia James is wanting to seize Trump's assets because it appears that Trump is not going to be able to come up with the bonds he needs to pay the $460-some billion. Yes. I'm just playing, y'all. Look at y'all. Y'all didn't catch that, did y'all? What time? I'm just joking, y'all. That's Elon Musk's salary, actually. No, the $464 million. I was just saying if y'all was paying attention. No, actually, I wasn't. I just messed up and just had to correct myself. But, you know, sometimes I get a little bit of, you know, Bidenitis, encephalitis, you know. So, anywho, yeah, so it doesn't look like Trump is going to be able to find anyone that's going to be able to pretty much front him that money to pay this off. And Letitia James is looking to go after assets, as she so stated.
If he does not have funds to pay off the judgment, then we will seek, judgment enforcement mechanisms in court, and we will ask the judge to seize his assets. We are prepared to make sure that the judgment is paid to New Yorkers. And yes, I look at 40 Wall Street each and every day.
Now, you can say what you want to, ladies and gentlemen, but this whole ordeal is completely astronomical. And if you don't know anything about communism, you should know that a lot of people will use all sorts of resources. Well, in this particular case, we in the United States are using all kinds of resources right now to go after Donald Trump to keep him from being elected. They're pulling out all the guns they possibly can. And like Alex Jones said, he thinking it might get to the extent to where they might try to delete Trump because they see that it's not stopping him. Now, whether Trump comes up with that money or not, I think he is. Honestly, I think it's going to be some form of fashion that he's going to be able to come up with the money. I think he's just trying to exhaust all avenues before having to possibly go into his own funds, whatever. But at the same time, we don't know because she is eyeing those properties, as y'all saw, right? So check this out.
Former President Donald Trump is having trouble securing $454 million bond following the judgment in his New York civil fraud case.
I'd have a problem getting that kind of money, too.
I wouldn't.
His legal team calling it a, quote, practical impossibility.
Yeah, these companies don't do it. 30 companies that provide appeal bonds said no. And there's a chance he may have to sell off some of his properties.
He just doesn't have enough cash, the experts say. Madeline Rivera joins us now with the deadline. And the deadline is what, 6 days away, right?
Yeah, March 25th, Steve. So, guys, this reveals the serious cash crunch former President Trump is in as he deals with all the legal cases against him. They have asked about 30 insurance companies to back the bond, none of them willing to take the risk. According to Forbes, Trump is worth about $2.6 billion, but a lot of his wealth is tied up in real estate, his golf clubs, resorts. His lawyers, though, say for a judgment this big, about $464 million, bonding companies won't accept real estate as collateral. They want liquidity or cash, which, like as you said, Steve, as experts say, Trump does not have in that amount. And if he can't come up with the money on March 25th, New York Attorney General Letitia James could start seizing and selling Trump's assets. That is, unless an appeals court grants his request to pause the judgment. A Trump campaign spokesperson telling the New York Times, this is a motion to stay the unjust, unconstitutional, un-American judgment from New York Judge Arthur Engoron in a political witch hunt brought by a corrupt attorney general. A bond of this size would be an abuse of the law, contradict bedrock principles of our republic, and fundamentally undermine the rule of law in New York. Some of Trump's properties in New York include Trump Tower, Trump Park Avenue, 40 Wall Street, his golf clubs in Westchester and the Hudson Valley. James could potentially go after these properties. To do so, she would need to fill out an application in court. Separately, Trump and his co-defendants in the Georgia election interference case submitted a certificate of review after a judge ruled Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis can stay on if Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade stepped down, which of course he did on Friday. This certificate of review would allow them to appeal to the judge's order to a higher state court. Guys, back to you.
So it's going to be fascinating. Thanks so much. It's going to be fascinating to see how this is done because in high finance like this, it's over almost all of our heads. But this is what they say. They said ongoing diligent efforts have proven that the bond judgment in a full amount is practically an impossibility. You need essentially $1 billion in cash to get a $450 million bond. They went to 30 brokers overall, 4 separate brokers that usually do this much. And they just said that it's just not going to make sense. So to me, logically, this 5,000-page court filing by his lawyers say, knock this down. You know I'm appealing it. I think this thing, a lot of experts think, is going to be overturned anyway. So knock it down to something more plausible. And he cites different examples along the way where the appeals court has stepped in and lessened the bond for different clients.
Well, he's got to hope for a Hail Mary, essentially. Otherwise, Letitia James, who gave him 30 extra days, could start selling stuff next Monday.
But that just seems so wrong.
Especially what if he wins on appeal? And then, oh, sorry, we sold off a tower.
Right.
Well, she's extremely giddy about it as well. She has this running thing on Twitter. Right. Remember, this is a campaign promise for her. Before she was even elected, she talked about going after Donald Trump and also taking his property.
Because this is New York. Everyone's praising her for this because it's such a liberal city.
Yep.
But a lot of people aren't that make money.
Right.
And a lot of rich, successful people that provide almost all the taxpayer base that allows the trains to run and the buses to go are leaving. And there's a big wake-up call. Like, look, if I'm a Republican or I go on the wrong side of a mayor or governor, is this going to happen to me next? And I would say this, if your goal is to put up a substantial bond, how about a $100 million bond and then hold on to, you have these properties. Right. Because they take these properties, they have no experience selling 100%. These properties. How are they going to go find a buyer? In the meantime, if the 17th floor has a bursted pipe, is Letitia James going to go over there and fix it? If you have the Trump Tower? I mean, to me, it's all been vindictive behavior.
Okay. So you guys just saw the whole ordeal when it comes to those right there. And you see the one that was for $500 million right there. That can be something that can be put up. The question is going to be, if this happens to go the way that Letitia James wants it to go, and if Trump is able to do this and file an appeals and get it all back, what's going to be the procedures to get that building back? Honestly, I'm just telling you, I cannot foresee that happening as far as it getting that far into him having to just sell off one of his assets. I do not know. But at the same time, it's the message that it's sending overall to most business people in America, right? And there was a heated debate that happened between Michael Larry and also the host of CNN, Ms. Coates. And yeah, it got pretty heated. Check this out.
This law has never been applied. Forget about Trump. Nothing to do with Trump. Everything to do about America and the New York brand. I love this state. My children live here. A horrible message to everybody around the world watching this. Absolutely horrific.
Well, wait, Kevin, but hold on a second. Kevin,
Trump
what
will
would
be
be
gone one day. This attorney general will be gone one day. And this is what you want to tell people around the world. I have a wonderful voice, and it won't be talked over. Kevin O'Leary, I would like to hear what you have to say, but America.
What are you doing?
Not America.
But it's not America, but it is the Laura Coates live show, and I am speaking. So that will be the rule, not Venezuela, nowhere else. Fine, but it's Laura Coates Live. And hello, my name is Laura Coates.
Yeah, so, yeah. See, I think people are missing the point here. It's not, you hear me say it, it's not about Trump. This is going to be about anybody that might be in business. Trump is just a scapegoat right now, because if it can happen to Donald Trump, then what else can they pull out about any businessman in New York? Huh? What can they pull out about anyone in New York? At the same time, what about the hypocrisy of the video that I dropped yesterday with Letitia James literally trying to help and coax a person to do and avoid exactly what she is doing to Trump? But that message is not going to get out there. You want to know why? Because it's being suppressed and it doesn't fit the narrative. I reached out to Fox News, Newsmax, and I'm not saying that they didn't get it or anything like that, but it does take time for them to get that info. But I sent the videos that I did on Letitia James helping someone try to avoid paying what they did. And the point is, in that video, is that there was a victim. In this case, there's no victim. The banks, they felt like they weren't done wrong or anything. They were not done wrong, but at the same time, it does not matter. Ladies and gentlemen, whether you like Trump or not, none of you have been able to come up and say, yeah, but Todd, what he did was wrong. You know what they did when they came to like a lot of these cameras that were able to take pictures of you when you took a ticket? The judge threw it out because the judge said, you know, you had to be there. You had to be there to give these people a ticket. You just can't use a camera and say, oh, they ran a light and give them a ticket. There is so much stuff that comes into play. It's like saying, someone say, hey, I saw you speed and you broke the law. Where's the evidence? Well, we just know, do you speed? Yeah, but it doesn't mean that I was speeding. I mean, what? But have you ever sped in your life? Yeah. Well, we suing you for speeding in your life. Well, who got hurt? Nobody. Well, who saw it? Nobody. What are you talking about? So my point is that, like what Kevin O'Leary just said, y'all, this is not America. This is not America. Someone somewhere is being heavily influenced by a communist type of agenda. And who is a communist country, huh? China. So I don't know. Again, the fact that Biden is going after his political opponent, where is he getting that master class from? Could it be from China? Because he's in bed with them? I'm just throwing it out there. Anyway, let me know what y'all think of all this by leaving it in the comments below after this video. Do you think Trump is going to come up with the money? Do you think Donald Trump is going to have to sell off one of those assets? Do you think the bombshell story I dropped on Letitia James yesterday with her literally trying to help somebody avoid paying what they owe, and yet she's going after Trump for this very same thing? Do you think that story is going to get out there in mainstream media? Let's hear it in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button so this video can be circulated within a YouTube algorithm. And also, guys, go into those cell phones, encourage somebody in your contact list to subscribe to the channel after they checked it out. Really appreciate it. Let's see what y'all got to say on this, folks. I'm Ty Smith, model Renaissance man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing, and most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.